Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Beautifully Explained. Today, we are here to talk curly hair mistakes. Now, before you tune into this video, I hope you have seen my other video on curly girl method. It's basically a hair styling method or a hair care method, you can say, which is exclusively designed for curly / wavy / everything in between sort of hair. So, if you want to know more about that method, you can check out my older video, which I'll link in the description box below and also on the iCard. And this is sort of a part 2 for that video as sort of a continuation on how do we avoid certain things in our CGM journey. Now, before I begin, I have also mentioned in my previous video and even in my last video that I have been diligently following CGM method for almost a year, and after that, in Feb, or maybe in Feb, I colored my hair and I also started using heat styling. Now that is when I deferred from the CGM method, and today as I speak, I have made a decision that I again want to resume my CGM method full-fledged. Now, there's a difference in what I did last year to this year Feb, and there will be a difference moving forward in my styling method. And the reason why I tell you that was back then I used Diva Curl products. I strictly was abiding by everything that CGM has to say, that is co-washing and not using certain type of products, not at all heat styling, even diffusing on cold air. But moving forward, I do intend to use heat to dry my hair, and that will be low heat or medium heat setting. It will not be something that we have in straighteners or curlers per se, but it will be a heat setting. I will also not be able to completely follow CGM method because there are certain events coming up in my life very soon, and I would like to style my hair for those events. So let's see, I do want to stick to CGM method, but again, like I said, I will not be abiding by hook or by crook completely for the next couple of months. I will be going a little back and forth with the method, but overall, for the most part of it, yes, I will be following CGM method. Now, this is a very complicated method if you say so. It is said, especially in my childhood, I was always told, oh, you have curly hair, you are lucky, you don't need to do anything. You just have to wash and wear it as is. Straight people have to comb, use serum, blah blah blah, is all that what I have heard. Now, it was true until a point when my hair was completely virgin hair and my mom and my dad used to take care of me and take care of my hair and health in general. But then certainly I started taking care of my own, and that is when, I kind of relaxed on the rules that my parents used to have for me, that, oiling on time, eating greens on, in perfect proportions and so on. So all that little bit relaxed for me, and my hair started changing its shape and its texture and the way it used to grow and so on. And that is when I realized that I was doing so many things wrong. I was calling it hair care, but all of those were wrong things. All of those are wrong notions out in the world. So I want to discuss those couple of things that we should avoid while we are on CGM journey. And in general, even if you are not particularly following CGM journey, but you have curly hair, you should avoid these things. And the very first one has to be, do not compare your hair type or your hair texture or your hair length or your growth with anybody else. Now, the reason why I say this is because it has lots and lots of factors that you have a certain type of hair, and even your mom is different from you, even your dad is different from you. So the very first thing is that when I started CGM journey, I was only looking for people with 2C, 3A, 3B hair type. Now imagine that is 3 hair types together. Now, as a matter of fact, when I started doing this journey, I realized that I have more than just 3 types of hair types. If you see down here, I have extremely curly hair. If you see on the top, they do not curl. I had to finger coil these parts in order for them to get curled up. They don't get curled up that easily. I had to put a pencil and do all of those things in order to have them curl in a way I want them to be. I have multiple hair types throughout my hair, and it also depends on the food you eat, your genetics, and everything that you do with your hair and your health. It also depends on the climate you live in. So right now, my hair is going straight within maybe 1.5 to 2 days of my hair wash day. I had just shared an Instagram story very recently where on 7th of October, my hair was curly and thick curls all throughout my hair from the root to the bottom. And today, if you see, my hair is pretty much straight from here till here. Now that certainly has to do with weather, and that also has to do with the type of hair I have. Now if I wash and show it to you, it is going to be very curly and it might look like, oh, she has extremely curly hair. Right now it is looking more like wavy hair, or I don't know, whatever the transition hair is called as. So don't compare your hair with somebody else, because you might have an entirely different, unique type of curls and unique type of hair when you see with respect to somebody else. Now you can follow methods from people who you look up to or whose curls you like, and you can understand what the products do for their hair and you can try and do it, but that does not mean that you will get the results same as they do. Number 2 is something which I am guilty of doing a lot, and that is giving up on products very easily. So very recently, I introduced Cantu products to my hairstyling methods. So I ordered their curl activator and another spray serum, which I don't remember the name of it, but they are very heavy for my hair. I mean, I don't like the way it feels on my hair when I use it. But wherever I go, wherever I see, whoever's curls I look up to are using that product. Maybe I am doing it wrong. Maybe my hair is taking time to adjust. Maybe my styling method is different. Maybe that point where I'm using it is wrong and I maybe need to use it before or after that step. So I can't come to a conclusion within 2-3 weeks. So give yourself some time with that product. Give yourself some different methods and techniques and styling tricks. Look up on internet, look up on Google or Pinterest or YouTube or Instagram, anywhere. Try different methods, and even then, if it does not suit you, take a decision, make a decision for yourself. But give yourself some time, give your hair some time to get used to that product. It does take 5 to 6 weeks and different styling techniques in order to understand if it's really working for your hair or not. The next thing is that not one technique works for everyone. For example, when I look up for my hair type and for curl enhancing techniques, everybody recommends oiling. Everybody says pre-poo conditioning, pre-poo oiling, whatever. Now if I put oil, not only do I have tons of hair fall, but my hair does not like oil. It turns out to be even more frizzy, even more stringy, and I can't explain you how exactly it feels like, but in general, my hair does not like oil. Now yes, I do apply hair growth oils, and exactly at the points in my scalp where I think I need more hair growth, that is completely different. But having oil all throughout the length of my hair is not something which is okay for my hair. It's not something which, my hair is ready to accept. Maybe it is just this age, this time, this weather, this environment that my hair is not liking oil, because I have used oil in the past and I do intend to use whenever required. But it's just that at this point in my life, I am not able to use oil, and it just turns out something very weird, very not so pleasing to my eye itself. So I don't like to use oil. And believe me, it's not that I'm coming to this conclusion with one oil. Like I just said, I have tested virgin coconut oil, I have tested olive oil, I have tested castor oil, I have tested red pimento oil, I have tested, argan oil, all of them, and they're all sitting in my shelf. So I do use it as a part of moisturizing for my body, because I do need to finish those, but it is not something which I use on my hair as of right now. Sometime in the future, I hope I can use it back, and I can't really tell as of today. So by saying so, I mean to say that one technique is it's not like one size fits all. You have to experiment, you have to understand how your hair behaves and reacts to your techniques, and then form your own routine, which takes me to the next point, is that form your own routine. Yes, it is definitely very, very helpful to have someone guide you that step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and this is how you should follow. But that is not, like I said earlier, it is not just mandatory to have that steps in those order. because your hair might not like it that way. So it is very important that you do follow your own routine, you do make your own routine. Now, in order to make your own routine or even reach to that point of making a routine, it is going to take extreme amount of time, patience, consistency and commitment. Only then you'll understand, okay, this is working for me, this is not working for me, this is how I like to mix and match my products, this is how I don't like it, and so on. So it is going to take a lot of time and a lot of patience mainly to come to a conclusion regarding what suits your hair and what does not. Now also remember that even if you do devise a routine for yourself, even if you do put it into play and it's working fine for you, it might not work next year. It might not work in 6 months. And the reason is there are some things which you cannot control, like I mentioned, and that is weather. It is going to take for you some time to understand, and the baseline of everything here is that it is going to take time, and it is going to take time for you to understand your hair and the reaction of your hair. So like in winter, we certainly all of us know that our skin and our hair usually tend to go dry, and especially in this changing weathers, we are going from summer to winter, so autumn is kind of a transition weather. So we all know that this is a period where we do change our products with respect to skincare, and it should also change with respect to hair care. So it just takes a lot of patience and a lot of effort to get to a point where you can make such decisions for your hair without having your hair to react every single time differently. So that was my last point on what things you should do while you are either starting or whether you are in middle of your journey. I also want you to remember that even though you might be doing all of these things, your hair is going to react differently. The reason is that sometimes your hair goes into transition mode. Sometimes your hair is in accepting mode. Sometimes your hair is in complete rejection mode. And that all has to do with so many factors, including, like I just said, that what you eat and how your mental health is. Your mental health has so much to do with your hair. If you stress a lot, if you have insomnia, if you don't take care of your anxiety issues and all of those things which we all go through, at some point in our life, and it's okay to acknowledge that we have those issues, but at the same time also understand that those issues can be impacting your hair. Like when I transitioned from one country to other, I experienced huge hair loss. I had almost lost half of my hair, and I'm still recovering from it, because certainly it's not like once I'm settled in it's going to flip the switch and I'm going to have all my hair back. So I'm still kind of recovering from it. I had lots and lots of small things which I wouldn't even call them as stress issues or anxiety issues, but just day-to-day things maybe, and just adjusting into something completely new. It did take a toll on my hair. It did make me lose so much hair. I had never ever had a hair problem before that point in my life. In fact, I was very ignorant about my hair. That was not something which I was taking care of. It was not a part of my routine or my self-care routine or whatever. Skin always was for me. My body, my health always was. I used to exercise. I used to go to gym sometimes. I mean, I was not a 5-day routine girl ever. Neither am I today. And we had many events where we had to walk to and all of those things. So that was one of my concerns. My skin was always something which I used to look forward to taking care of. Taking time out to take care of my skin, other than usual stuff like applying sunscreen and wearing headgear properly so that there's no pollution that's getting to my skin and so on. But my hair was never something I looked after. It was never something that was a part of my routine. It never needed any care. It was just fine. Any shampoo, any conditioner, anything. There were points in my life where I even used my dad's shampoo because I ran out of my own, and my hair would be just fine, just same. But then that's not the case right now. Also, maybe my food was very good at that point of time. I was living with my parents, and you know how parents are, you know how Indian parents are. They make sure you get all the greens and then all dry fruits and etc in due time and in perfect proportions. So that is how my life was. But then once we start taking care of ourselves, it takes some time to understand that, these are also things we should think of, other than just getting up and getting to work or getting to school or just submitting an assignment or whatever. So that's how my hair journey has been. I'm still in this journey. I will forever be. I do like my curly hair above every other type of hair type. I just like the way they are. I like the way they suit my face. I do like to take time and give my hair some time to recover from whatever they have been through. Like, I used to heat style them, and I used to occasionally straighten them or occasionally curl them. So they have been damaged recently. I have also colored, as you can clearly see, my natural hair color is pure black. I had colored it red, wine red. Now they are somewhere in between, and they have been bleached, so that is a lot of hair damage. So anyway, my point being that your hair is very unique to you, so take care in a very unique way which fits you. Yes, there are some steps, there are some broad guidelines you should know, you should follow, and basic implementation of methods is what you should know. But it is the best if you devise something for yourself. It is the best if you give yourself some love, some time, some patience, and invest in yourself to know what is working best for you. That is my best advice I can give you throughout the video, that put time for yourself aside and explore what you have in this body, explore what you need to do, explore what works for you. That is just very, very, very rewarding. Always a long time solution instead of just going for something which is going to work for one wash or maybe 2 washes or whatever. Anyway, that was it for today, guys. That was a very chatty video, but I am chatty most of the times. I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and if there's anything you want to communicate for the video, please do let me know in the comment section below. I do look forward to talking to you always. You can also talk to me or leave me comments or message me or DM me on Instagram or Facebook, and the links to both of them are in the description box below. I will be back next weekend. Looking forward to seeing all of you here. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for liking videos. Thank you so much for supporting me. It means so much to me. This is my passion. This is something I like to do. I like to talk and I like to take care of myself, and I like to share all of that with all of you. So all 3 of them I'm able to do through YouTube, and I'm really enjoying it. I just love talking to all of you. So thank you so much for supporting me through that, and I hope you enjoy too, and I hope there are some things which you learn from this. Anyway, that's all for today. I'll see you next Sunday. Take care of yourself. You truly matter. Bye.